YouTube, what's happening? It is Friday, August 23rd. As you can see, we got a full slate of brand new matchups. Teams facing each other for the new series for the weekend. Finally, some things that are different. Good to watch. Yesterday, 4-5, lost 1.3 units. It happens. Up and down. I got hooked on a couple plays. What you gonna do? You're gonna be up, you're gonna be down. Still up about 50 units in the season. I'll take that. Still doing great. Cannot complain one bit. Today, though, right now, we have the baseball video that you're watching. But later today, we will have the first college football video. It is going to be week 0 plus futures. I'm going to kind of go through those a little bit too. So instead of separating them, I figured just put them together, just one video all together. So that'll be out later today, tonight, whatever, sometime today. So, but right now we're focusing on baseball. That's what matters here. We got 15 games to talk about. We got some really interesting matchups to look at. Let's go ahead and jump to that first one right now. All right, first up, we got Cincy and Pittsburgh. It's pretty much a pick with the 8.5 total. Weather, nothing to worry about. Pretty good day. No wind there to talk about. 57% Murphy based on what they've done this year. 4.7, 245 in the last 3 for Cincy. That's 11th in both categories. However, they fell off yesterday. I mean, they faced Skeens, and Skeens pretty much shut them down the whole game. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, 3.7, 222. That's 18th and 20th in the last 3. Lodolo was shutting him down for a few innings, and then the Lodolo fell apart. So, I mean, it was going good until I think the 5th inning when he just fell off. And then 7 runs, 226 yesterday. Strikeouts, both teams are terrible. 28th and 30th in the majors in the last 3. They've been bottom 5 2 weeks now, so they're both struggling on strikeouts. Pitching, we got Falter going out there. Had a great game. You can see what he's done. His worst game's a 7-4, 8-2, 1-3 in the strikeouts. Not too much of a strikeout to do, but last time he did get 8. So, but it was Seattle. So Abbott's going out there for Cincy. Not the best number, 6-4, 6-6, 8-4, but I mean, he has potential. So let's look at the props, see if anything stands out. Let's start with Falter first. Falter history, we got a lot of history. Like, 1 home run. Stevenson's batting .462 and 13 at bats with a home run. Are you on the batter props? You're the only green on the batter prop. Well, that made that easy. I mean, why not? Then over 1.5 HR. I'm going to add that. I like that. It's the only green I like. Okay, cool. How's he versus lefties? 250 for the season and 100 at bats, but he just likes facing Falter because, yeah. There's some better ones too. Yeah, you can see Cincy likes facing lefties. I mean, likes facing Falter against lefties. They also like facing lefties too. Ooh, okay. Let's pop over here. Props, hits 5.5. I might go over in this just because all that green. Strikeouts, not feeling that. See, he was down, but he had a pop. I don't like that. Earn runs, walks. 5.5. Can I get 4.5? It's $1. It's minus 175. Ugh, I don't know. Let's go to Abbott. Let's look around. Oops, come back. I want Abbott. There we go. Abbott. A bunch of red. Hey, okay. Let's see. Lefties. Bart's batting 380. And that's about it. That's the only one that's actually doing really good. But we saw over here, Bart is right there. So, if I want to take Bart against Abbott, he's never faced Abbott, but he's good against lefties. First time facing, I don't like that. I like a little bit of history in there, so I'm going to leave Bart alone there. Let's pop this props. Hits, 5.5, strikeouts. I mean, both teams are striking out a ton, but these two dudes aren't strikeout pitchers. That's what I don't like. I need some kind of strikeout. I mean, I don't need Skeens type strikeouts, but just consistency would be nice. Walks. Ooh. Woo. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to do that. We saw the bats. Stevens is the only one in green at 78%. Other than that, you're going 60s, even 50s. You're starting to come down. I mean, yeah, no one's truly standing up here. So for this one, I don't lean aside at all. I mean, either way could work since he's good against lefties. But I got Stevenson 1.5 HR. I'm not going to take a side. I'm not taking the total. We're just going to move on to the next game. All right, next up, Houston and Baltimore. Pretty much a pick 'em, maybe slightly into Houston. 8.5 is the total. Weather in Baltimore, pretty good. A little bit of wind blowing to the left. Not a big deal. Let's see, 48% Murphy based on what they've done this year. Baltimore's on a 2-game losing streak. 4.0, 232. That's 15th and 17th in the last 3 for Houston. And Baltimore's 4.0, 179, which is 15th and 26th. And you can see Houston's trending up a little bit. Baltimore's trending down pretty hard. So, yeah, I would give the advantage to Houston slightly. Even though the run's the same, the trend matters a good bit sometimes. So, see how they've done. Let's look at the pitchers. We got Hunter Brown going out there. Yeah, I mean, Hunter Brown's is good. We just know what he does. I mean, we don't need to talk about it. We know. Cade Povich, on the other hand, his ERA is not good because probably he gave up 8 runs on July 6th, but 5.37, 3.62, not too bad. Not too bad. So, and he faced Yankees, Boston, and Toronto. I mean, yeah, okay. Let's look at the props. Let's look at some histories and see if anything stands out that we want to look at. Povich, history, nada. Houston versus lefties. Some are good. Some are good. Like 366 for Jordan. 297, 341. So Altuve and Jordan and Caratini. He doesn't play much. I don't count him. Let's go Altuve and Jordan. See if they're over here. You over here, guys? Help if I put the right game up. Yeah, there we go. We got Diaz, Bregman, and Pena. Oh, that's not the 3 I just said. Diaz is 281 with no against them. Against lefties. Bregman's 219 against lefties. Ugh. And Pena is 297 with a .76. That's potential. That one's potential. Okay. And Pena is 70%, 7 out of 10, 4 out of 5. I mean, 2 out of 5. With 160 odds. Nah, we're going to pass him that. Sorry, bro. Pass. Hits, 5.5. Strikeouts, up and down. Earned runs, walks. It's either none or a lot. I mean, come on. You're either getting 0 or 5. If he throws 1, he's throwing 5. Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. Let's come over to Hunter Brown. Somebody we know what he's going to do. And let's get some Hunter Brown on screen. There we go. Low, a lot of green. I'm surprised to see this much green. Okay. Now, give him, it's not many at-bats, but home run, home run, home run. So, yeah, they do quite well. Against righties, they do quite well. Okay. The closest one is Gunner, and he's down here at 50, 30% head-to-head, 40. These aren't good batting numbers. No props. No props in this one. Sorry. Let's go to the outs. And I mean, come on. Are we taking the 6-inning gamble here? Because this is what it is. He's just talk about consistency. I bet this one. I bet the red one. I laid off this one, and he did 21. So I almost think I want to do it again. Am I going to do it? Let's see. What's the odds? Over 17.5 is 105. Yeah. Why not? You know what? I think but Baltimore does do pretty well against righties. If he gets, if they get to him early, they might pull him early. But lay off. I'm going to show restraint today and not be crazy and bet 1,000 things. Try not to. Oh, we'll see how that works. Oh, we'll see. Strikeouts, pretty up and down. How are the strikeouts? I didn't look at those. 5th and 13th. And neither team striking out too much. Hits, earned runs, walks. Yeah, so, all right, it's pretty simple in this one. Houston has the better pitching, I believe, over Povich, but Baltimore's bats do really well against him and that side of the plate, so that kind of cancels out. I'm a pass. I don't lean nothing. If anything, I lean Hunter Brown outs, but I'm a pass. Move on to the next game. All right, next up, we got Colorado and New York. New York is minus 275, and it's 8.5. But if this game was in Colorado, the total might be 15 with these two pitchers, so it's going to be a fun one. Let's look at the weather. Yankee Stadium, pretty nice. Wind's going to be 6 miles an hour. Nothing crazy. Let's see, 48% Murphy based on what they've done this year. Both teams on 2-game streaks. Just one's going the right way, one's going the wrong way. 2.3 with a 2.22 average for Colorado. That's 25th and 20th. That ain't going to get the job done. Yankees, 6.3, 220. That's 3rd and 23rd. So Yankees are struggling with the bats, but yet they're 3rd in runs. Love that way it works. Okay. Still got to give Yankees the advantage over the bats here. And they're not striking out much, and Colorado's 21st. So slight advantage Yankees with the bats, clearly. Let's go to the pitchers. We got Rodon going out there. 7-4 last time against Detroit. He pitched great against Texas and pretty good against Toronto. So you see what he does. And Freeland's going out there and just handing out runs to everybody. 8-5, 4-3, 4-3. Yeah, we can't expect runs. What's the total? 8.5. Interesting. I might take that. Let's see. Oh, Rodon, you have a history. Yes, you do. A lot of red. A lot of red. And then we got some green. That's not too impressive. Okay. Colorado versus lefties. Rado likes lefties. Okay. Rogers does. Stallings pretty much does. Blackman does. Doyle does. Okay. Cave does not. 0.077. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Strikeouts is at 8.5. What? What is this number? That is ridiculous. That's great. What's 8? That is redonkulous. That's just no, no, no. How many times has he gone over that? Twice this year. How many times he went last year? Twice last year. But under has got to be what? Colorado is striking out. I mean, they strike out a good bit, but come on now. Come on. Yeah, no, I'm no. No, I'm not. No. 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 Rodon under 8.5 Ks. I don't care. Is that, it ain't Randy Johnson out there? No. I can't, Sorry. All right, let's keep going. Hits. Could be. He's up and down. He's one of those pitchers. Like, okay. Earn runs. Yeah, see, he could do this, but he could do this. But either way, I don't think he's striking out 9 Rockies. And outs. Yeah, okay, cool. Next on the list, let's see what we got. Freeland and I figure some green. Grisham has 3 home runs and 26 at-bats. Soto has 2 home runs and 26 at-bats, but Soto's average is not good. Judge is over 2. Oh, okay. Against lefties, everybody in the Yankees kind of struggles except for Judge and Soto. It's just what they do. They're just too good. Hits, it's 5.5. I almost just want to take that just because it's Freeland. He might give a 5.5 earned runs. I mean, that's just what he does. Yeah, yeah, okay. We're doing 2 pitcher props. We're doing Rodon under 8.5 strikeouts, and we're going to do Freeland over 5.5 hits allowed. I think the Yankees are able to at least get some hits off him because he gives hits to everybody, as you can see. So, bats, what we got? It would help if I picked the right game. Oh, I'm slacking. Lot of green. Judge 2.5 HR. Basically, is Judge gonna hit a home run or a double in a run? I mean, you have your options. A lot of Rockies. I don't want to touch the Rockies today because Rodon could have a master performance. It's very possible. But then again, I mean, Soto walks. That's a thing. I got 2 props already. I mean, I lean Yankees. Am I going to put them on my money line? Yeah, I probably am. If they lose this game, I'm just kidding. Here we go. Let's do it. We're not scared today. Yankees. Rodon's way better than Freeland. Freeland's is terrible. We know this. Keep it simple. Yankee moneyline parlay. Rodon under 8.5 strikeouts because that's still crazy. I don't care. He can get 7 or 8, but not 9. Freeland over 5.5 hits allowed. Next game. All right, next up we got Angels in Toronto. Toronto's in a dome. You got to worry about weather. Toronto's minus 200. 9 is your total. Let's see, 53% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. 4.0, 245 for Angels. That's 15th and 11th in the last 3. Toronto 7.3. 298. That's first and third in the last 3. The bats are clicking in Toronto. 10.3 versus 6.3. Toronto's not striking out at all. That's how you know they're clicking. And Angels is bottom 5 in strikeouts. So we have a clear advantage Toronto in this one. Let's see if the pitching matches up. We got JK. Not trying to say that name. I can't. Not even tried. Couldn't do it. So you can see he's pitching. He's doing his 5th game of the season, and he's been pretty good. Outside his 777, I mean 7.5, 7.7, 6.2, 7.2. He settled in nicely. Bassett, on the other hand, he gives up runs. So I mean, I expect the Angels to get some runs. I expect Toronto to get some runs off of JK here. The total is at 9. I'll probably take that, to be honest. I probably will. I don't want to take Toronto money line just because the Bassett's numbers are just not good. And I mean, Angels could win a shootout, literally. So let's look at the props just to be safe. That's a lot of green. Okay. Let's see. We're on JK first. No problem. JK, no history, obviously. Toronto versus righties. I mean, a lot of green. Vladdy's 314. Still got, yeah, pretty decent. They're better against righties. Hits is 5.5. He's gone over in all 4 of his games this year. And he's going up against Toronto, whose bats are absolutely in fuego. So yes, I shall be adding Toronto JK. I gotta type this name out now. We'll do that off camera. Over 5.5 hits allowed. I mean, if he shuts down Toronto, who's first in runs and third in average, hey, good job, buddy. Because I mean, you couldn't shut down the Braves, Washington, Oakland, or Seattle, but you're gonna shut down Toronto? Okay, have fun. Prove me wrong, sir. Prove me wrong. Strikeouts, earned runs, walks, outs. Yeah, no, I like this type of consistency. That's nice. It's 160. I'm cool with that. Let's see. Let's look over here. Bassett. What do we have? Bassett history against the Angels. A lot of red. Rendon's only 154. Ooh, terrible. Nasty. All right, righties. They're better lefty. Okay. I mean, a couple are good, but all right. Hits, strikeouts, earned runs. Earned runs, maybe. Maybe it's 2.5. I mean, he has shown he gives up a lot. This is the Angels, though. When the Angels are 11th and 15th, they're not bad. They're not amazing, but they're above average. So that means they should be able to get some runs. That's why I'm liking that over. I'm liking that over. It was 9, I think. I think I shall do that. Let's take a look real quick. Yes, the over is 9. Good stuff. Now let's look at the bats. Nobody is in the green. We got some in the green on the last out of 5, but I like out of 10. That shows a little bit longer trends. But head-to-head, too. Got some green, got some red, too. Ugh. So I'm not going to take any bat props. I'm going to not take the money line. I don't trust Toronto enough. Can't do that. So I'm going to take that over of 9, though. We're going to do that for sure. Over of 9. We're going to take JK. I'm not going to say the name because I can't. Over 5.5 hits allowed, and just move on to the next game. All right, next up, we got Texas and Cleveland. Cleveland's a slight favorite at home. 7.5 is your total. Looking at the weather, we are nice day, wind blowing in at 5. Nothing to worry about. Let's see, 45% Murphy based on what they've done this year. Cleveland's on a 2-game losing streak. 1.7 and a $1.59 for Texas. That's 29th in both categories in the last 3. They did get a little bit. They got 1 run last time and a 200 average, which brought their average up. That's hilarious. Texas offense is not good right now. Cleveland, 3.3, a $1.62. They're 28th in average, but 21st in runs. So this is just an awful offensive game. And then strikeouts for Texas. Cleveland doesn't strike out much. Let's look at the pitchers. So far, Murphy's in play. Yes, the Murphy. It hit yesterday. I was so happy. I mean, Tampa, Oakland. Thank you. It hit. Yay. And the under 4 in the first 5 pushed. Hey, push. If you're using a book or a push as a loss, use a different book. That is ridiculous. Pushes to always cancel out. That's crazy. So let's see. Yep. Evaldi, we can see what he's done. He gives us some runs occasionally. Not bad, not great. Okay. Bibby's going out there. I mean, last few games, I mean, he's been cooking. That's just, look at his numbers. Dude's been good. So you got to give the advantage to Cleveland here. Bibby's just good. So prop time. Let's start with him since we're talking about him. Oh, a lot of red. Oh, we got some green. Oh, Simeon's got a home run. And that's a whole lot of nothing else. I mean, he's shutting everybody down. Okay. Yeah, righties, they're good against righties, but we see some are not good, and some they're just not good against him. I mean, ugh. Lyles 375. Okay. Hits 4.5. Earned runs, walks, outs. None of that stands out to me. Let's go to the other guy. Let's go to Evaldi. What you got for us, buddy? Show us your history. There we go. Ramirez has a home run, but that's all he's done. He's got a $1.67 average. Now, Jimenez is 429 over 7 at bats. You on the bats, buddy? No one's on the bats. It's just awful. We're barely getting a 60. We got 50s on the screen, 40s. Ugh. Okay, this is a terrible game. Okay. And we got some up and downs. No one particularly great. Hits, earned runs. Strikeouts, earned runs, walks. Walks is a play if you like this. I mean, over, no, under. It's minus 184 though, but you can see it's gone under. Oh, he did have a problem walks for a bit, but he's been pretty good recently. So, and outs. 2 up and down. Not feeling that. All right, we saw the bats were trash. The offense is looking trash. Unless there's a breakout, it's just trash. So for me, We know Bobby's good. We know Evaldi can be good. This feels like a pitcher matchup. What's the total? It's 7.5 for a reason. I'm going to rock with. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We'll see how it works. We're taking the Nerfy. We're gonna rock with it. The stats are saying the offenses aren't that good, so show me. So Nerfy, and I'm not gonna take the under 7.5. If it was 8.5, yeah, I would, but not 7.5. I'm not feeling that. So we got the Nerfy. I'm not taking a side. You see, both offenses are not good. I think Cleveland's better because of the pitcher, but I mean, it's really, I don't lean either way. So yeah, we'll just take the Nerfy and move on to the next game. All right, next up we got Chicago and Miami. Chicago slight favorite on the road, 8.5 is your total. Looking at the weather, it's in a dome. It's Miami, no worries. 58% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. Miami on a 3-game losing streak. 5.0245 for Chicago. That's 7th and 11th in the last 3 games. Miami, 5 as well, and 306, 7th and 2nd. So both offenses are doing really good when it comes to scoring and getting on base. The over-under is at 8.5. That's a good thing. Let's look at the pitchers. Hendricks is going out there for Chicago, and you can see what he's done. I mean, yeah, pretty good. Can't hate none of those numbers. I mean, I kind of hate that one, but the rest are okay. Max Meyer is going out there, and he has not been good. I mean, yeah, I got to give the advantage to the Cubs in this one, just because. I mean, look at the difference in numbers. Just, yeah. I'm not feeling any of that. Okay, props. I'm leaning Cubs. I'm leaning Cubs hard. Meyer has no history. Cubs versus righties. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. Oh, okay. All right. Hits 4.5. Strikeouts. Earn runs. Okay. Walks over. And both offenses are clicking like crazy right now. So, all right. Let's see. Let's keep going. We want Hendricks history. Nothing really. Okay, cool. Against righties, Edwards is 347. That's about it. That's the only one standing out. Is he on the list? He sure is. HRR, there he is. Edwards, 70%. Oh, Nick Fortes, 90%. What have you done? Fortes, 231 against righties. You're 0-2 versus him. History, 3 home runs, 574. I kind of like the Edwards play. I like this Edwards play. 70%. Yeah. The whole season he's at 72%. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take that. We're going to go Edwards over 1.5. HRR. Let's see what else. Let's look at props. Strikeouts, hits, walks. I don't like any of those. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Edwards on the HRR like I just showed. I'm not gonna take Fortes, even though it looks good. I'm not gonna do it. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. And we're gonna take that over of 8.5. Yeah, I think both offenses are doing good enough. These pitchers have shown, especially Max Meyer, can get blown up. Yeah, we'll leave the side alone. We're just going to take that 8.5. So Edwards, HRR, 8.5 total, no side. Next game. All right, next up we got Arizona and Boston. Boston slight favorite at home, 9.5 is your total. Looking at the weather, wind slightly out at 6. Pretty good night, can't complain. Looking at the information, Arizona's offense is first in runs at 7.3 with a 14th at 240 on the average. Boston 4.7, 221. That's 11th and 22nd. Both teams can score runs, but they're struggling a little bit to get on base. But when they do get on base, they put them across home plate, so that matters. Boston striking out 22nd. That kind of highlight that, but Arizona's not. So you got to lean Arizona in the offense. So far, they're both on winning streaks, 3-2. So let's go to pitchers. We got Ryan Nelson going out there, who has been, I mean, outside of a couple 6-4, 9-4 games, he's been pretty good. Hasn't faced Boston recently. Bello, I mean, he's settled in. The last 2 games, he's only given up 1 run. He's been doing better. So before that, he was just giving up 3 to everyone that wanted it. So, yeah, both pitchers doing good. Let's look at the props. Let's see. Boop, and you. Let's start with you. Who are you? Bello. Start with Bello first. Open it up. Suarez has a home run and 5 at bats. Bale has a home run and 5 at bats, but only that's all he's done. Outside of that, righties, Arizona's good on both sides of the plate. As I say every video, them and the Mets in Boston, they're all the same. So we can see strikeouts 4.5 against Arizona, who doesn't strike out much. Yeah, no, pass. Hits have gone down recently. He's been much better, but now he's facing an offense that can score. So let's see how he does. His walks are up. Huh? How's that for the whole year? Just recently. Huh? Okay. 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 All right. Now let's look at Nelson. See what he has. Because I'm not liking any of that so far. 1 for 2. That's your history against righties. Boston is pretty good against both sides of the plate, just like I thought. Some 300s. Go with the bats. Oh wait. Outs. Ooh. Okay. He goes 7 innings a lot, does he? Doesn't he? Yeah, he does. Yeah, and he's just like, okay, he'll get pulled at random times. Okay. Strikeouts. I mean, 4.5 against Boston, who strikes out a lot? What? Yeah. I mean, 4.5? Are you sure that's correct? I mean, that seems wrong, but hey, I am going to take that. Thank you, Nelson, over 4.5 Ks. Sometimes gifts come in the weirdest packages. This feels like a gift because that was KC. KC don't strike out. If you know this channel, you know KC never strikes out. Minnesota, Washington never strikes out. So yeah, we're taking that all day for sure. Hits, earned runs, walks. Walks could be a play, but yeah, okay. Bats. What we got? We got McCarthy, Uriel, Peterson, Carroll. I mean, pick a Diamondback. You pick anyone. Yoshida's good. DeCastro, Peterson again. I mean, oof. The total. What's the total on this? The total is still 9.5. I mean, you could take any of these bats seriously, but Bello's been pretty good. So let me look one more time against righties. Who stands out? Anybody like really good against righties? Because we don't have a history really. Suarez does, but not too much. I don't like the. I mean, Peterson's 294 with a .96. But outside of that, and Peterson is over here. He's right there. That's a good line. That's a really good line. I'm gonna take Peterson. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave the rest of them alone because they just don't have as good season stats, but we'll take Peterson for sure over 1.5 HRR because that stat line, last 5, last 10, 20, head-to-head, it all looks great. So we'll do all that. We're not going to take a side because both pitchers are good. Both bats are hot. I lean the over, but that's just because I'm expecting one of the pitchers to get blown up. So we got Nelson to get over 4.5 strikeouts and Peterson over 1 and 1.5 HR next game. All right, next up we got Washington and Atlanta. Atlanta's a heavy favorite. Mine is 270, 7.5 is your total. Let's look at the weather. We see it's going. I said the weather is going to be pretty good out there. You can see no worries. Pop over here. 52% Nerfy based on what they've done this year. 7-6 for Washington. That's 5 runs and 280 for average in the last 3 games. Atlanta 2.7 for 24th, but 263 for 8th in runs. I mean average. So you can see the offense leans towards Washington. However, you're going up against a little tough opponent today. Washington's number 1 in strikeouts. You see that before we go over there. Sale is pitching today for the Braves, which is why they're such a big favorite. You can see what he's done, 10, 12, 10, 8. Yeah, he's pretty good. It's Sale, obviously. Going up against McKenzie. McKenzie's not that good. Let's be honest. McKenzie is struggling. So look at the props. We start with Sale. First thing I want to see is strikeouts and obviously history and all that. No one's really stood out here. We got some 100% strikeout rates. Yeah. Against lefties, you can see what they've done. Abrams likes some lefties. Nothing I'm really going to jump on. I've already looked at the bats. We have Garcia, Tenya, and Young. They're the only 3 even in close to green. Closest Brave is Merrifield Walks, so we're not going to take a Brave. And I don't want to take a national against Sale, so because to see the history, just and against lefties, So nothing is going to make me take a bat prop today in this one. So let's go to the main one. Strikeouts. It's 7.5. A lot of people are going to take this today, and I get it. Chris Sale's amazing. Washington, Their bats are doing pretty good. They're number one in strikeouts. I want to test and see if that number one matters at all. I mean, we're in the end of August, and I'm just not fine. I'm doing tests still. I want to see if that matters. So if it does matter, they will not give up 10, 12 strikeouts. They might only give up 8, maybe 7, maybe 6. Because look at that. San Diego is just like Washington. They don't strike out much. They only give up 4. So I want to see. A lot of people are on it. A lot of you will probably be on this. And if you are, I will cheer for you from the sideline. I'm going to be a neutral party. I'm laying off. I am not taking a strikeout prop for him. Not a chance. So look at the rest of them. Hits, earned runs, walks, outs. Yeah, there's other plays maybe, but Gore, on the other hand, you can see his history. Nope. Gore, you can see his history. Ozuna's 417, but he's down here on the list on bats. Those aren't good numbers, so we're not going to take his. Outside of that, no one else has really had many at bats to do anything. Arcia's 0 for 10. Great. Against lefties, you can see what they've done, and some good, some bad. Props, hits 5.5. Atlanta, nah, not feeling that. Strikeouts, no shot, not feeling that. Earned runs, now earned runs I might. I kind of do feel that, kind of. But the bats for Atlanta, the runs are down. Why are the runs down, but the average is not? That doesn't make sense to me. So 2.5, that could be a move for the whole season. It's just been recently too. Okay. Walks and outs. And we see the bats. Here you go. Garcia, Tena, Young, Call. Yeah, you got to go a while to get all Brave. I'm just not. I'm not feeling none of this. I don't even trust. I'm not putting the Braves to 270. I'm not putting them in a parlay. I just can't do it. So I'm going to lay off this game completely. We're going to pass and move on to the next one. All right, next up, we got Detroit and the White Sox. Detroit's pretty moderate favor on the road. 8.5 is your total. Looking at the weather, we got to come all the way down here. There we go. Pretty good. Wind blowing at 6. Nothing really to worry about. 55% NERFy based on what they've done this year. 3.7, 233 for Detroit in their last 3. That's 18th and 16th in the majors. Chicago White Sox, 3.3, 224. That's 21st and 18th. Both of them are about the same, except Detroit's slowly trending down. White Sox are kind of trending up, but nothing. I mean, Detroit's striking out a ton, obviously 29th. Chicago, middle of the road. So I don't see an advantage anywhere in that one. They got Montero going out there for Detroit. They actually listed a pitcher. Good job, guys. Only took 4 days to do it. Pretty good last time out against the Yankees. 5-4 against you can see what he's done. He's been terrible, but his last, he's got a couple good games in there. Okay. Flexen can't win a game no matter what he does. I mean, yeah, he can pitch a great game and still lose. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. Oh, let's go to the props. Oh, hilarious. Let's look at this. Let's see if anything stands out. No history. Okay. How are you against righties? Oh, it's Chicago. They're not good against righties or lefties. Cool. Next. Hits, 5.5. Strikeouts? No, Chicago's not striking out much. Earned runs? I mean, this pitcher is shown to be terrible. Flexen can't get no run support. It's just... this game is nasty. I feel like I need some Pepto just talking about this game. Well, let's go over here. Flexen, history. Oh, we got Torkelson's hit a home run and 2 at bats. Rogers hit 1 and 1 at bat. Okay. Righties. Oh, look, Detroit's also not good against righties. I mean, Carpenter's 300 and 280 for Green, but outside of that, ain't nobody good. So hits. Whoa, that's a lot of hits. How's Detroit's offense doing? Middle of the road. No one's doing too great. You haven't faced them whole season. You've given up 67%. You've given up at least 5 hits a game. That seems plausible. This feels like okay. I was gonna pass completely, but I think I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna go play Flexen over 4.5 hits allowed. Why not? Why not? Right? Famous last words. Why not? Because nothing else is. Nothing's looking good. Even though you can still do this and still give up 5 hits, he might give up 5 hits in the first inning, and I can just check it off and be done with this game because bats are terrible also. We got 40s on the screen. We got 160. We barely got 50s. We got 20s popping up. There's no green anywhere. This game is trash. We are going to just we're just gonna get away before we get sick. Just we're gonna take that flexing over 4.5 hits allowed and just move on somewhere else. Ugh. All right, next up we got Philly and Kansas City. We got KC as a slight favorite at home. 10.5 is a total in this one. Looking at the weather, we see it's gonna be pretty good. Slight breeze, nothing to worry about there. 40% NERPy based on what they've done this year. 2.0, a buck 46 for Philly in the last three. That's 27th and 30th. Ugh, they are downtrending hard. KC's also downtrending, but they're still 4.3 and 293. That's 14th and 4th. So they went from first to fourth in average, which is technically a downtrend, but still, it ain't 30th. So, and Philly is striking out a ton, meanwhile KC never strikes out much. Pitchers, we got Walker going out there for Philly. 4.3, 4.3, what he's done in his 2 games since coming back. Before that, we're in June, and it's like, okay, he's good for a couple, 2 to 3, 4 runs a game. So Waka's going out there. Great game against Cincy last time, 5-2, 7-2. Dude's just a good pitcher. Can't complain. You got to give Walker the advantage in this one. You got to give KC the offensive advantage in this one. And yeah, let's go over to props. Oh, Schwarber's got 2 home runs and 12 at-bats with a 4.17 average. And Turner's got 1 and 2. So Schwarber might be a play if he's over here. Schwarber. Nope, it is Realmuto and Furman. They're the only 2. Schwarber is not even on this list. Where are you? You're way down here. 30%, 20%. Ugh. Pass hard on that one. Against righties, Philly is, I mean, the numbers aren't bad. Some of these are bad. Just $197 whole season for Schwarber. That ain't good. 301, 294. Okay. Strikeouts 4.5 for Waka, and Philly is striking out a ton. So Waka, head to head, you got 6 last time you faced him in 2023. For the whole season, you've gone over 4.5, 55% of the time. 9 in your last game against Cincy, which was your season high. I think I like it. I think I like it. So let's take it. Philly's struggling, so we're gonna go Waka over 4.5 Ks. Yeah, I think he can strike out 5 Phillies. It shouldn't be too hard, right? I think he can do it. And it's plus 110. Why not? Let's go hits. Very up and down. Earn runs. Walks. And oops. His outs have gone trending up a little bit too. Okay, cool. More chances to strike someone out. I like it. Walker, let's look at your history. Ooh, that's a lot of green. We'll come back to that. Okay. Walker, that's a lot of green. Ooh. Frazier, 429, 7 at bats. We already looked at the bats. Nobody really looks good as Furman. Furman is 2 for 3. That's it. And you never faced Bobby Witt? Oh, first time today? Okay. Righties, Witt is 351. He's better against lefties, but he's still 351. That's not fair. Okay. Strikeouts, 2.5. I know it's KC, but it's 2.5. Yeah, I can't. I mean, KC just doesn't strike out much, but 2.5 is crazy. Oh, it's almost like you have to do it. It's like you have to, even though KC doesn't strike out much. Head to head, he struck out 2 last year. Only time. He only did it 5 times, and one of them was KC right there. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Do I do it? I think I do it just for the memes, just for the laughs. Just for the laughs. Oh, yep, I'm doing it. I don't care. Oh, this is going to be funny. Walker over 2.5 Ks. I just got to. I got to do it. Oh, hits. Oh, earn runs. Walks. And I think it does walk a good bit too. That's another play you can do. And outs. Yeah. Okay. All right. And we looked at the bats. Only couple look good. So for me, all right, we're putting KC in the main line today. We're doing that for sure. We're taking the Walker 4.5 strikeouts. We're taking Walker 2.5 strikeouts. I'm laughing when I say it. It's so funny. We're taking it. Why not? I'm not going to take a batter prop. We're not going to take a total. KC money line, 2 pitcher props next game. All right, next up, St. Louis and Minnesota. Minnesota's a slight to moderate favorite at home. 8.5 is your total. Looking at the weather in Minnesota, going to be pretty good. 5 miles an hour. Can't complain. Let's see. 52% NERPy based on what they've done this year. 5 runs, 264. That's 7th and 7th for St. Louis in the last 3. Minnesota, 6.3, 330. That's 3rd and 1st. So both offenses are doing great right now. Advantage goes to Minnesota because they're trending up to the roof. St. Louis is dipping down a little bit on them runs. So Neither team strikes out much. Pitchers, we got Palante going out there, and Palante has been pretty good most of the year, except for the game against the Mets. That's just it. And Festa's going out there, and he's been also pretty good, except his first game against Detroit. So, yeah, we got two good offenses and two good pitchers, so that's a fun little matchup. Let's see what we got over here, if anything stands out. We'll do Festa first. Festa, obviously no history against righties. Nothing. Got a couple 300-ish guys, but nothing else really stands out. Hits, I want 2024. He's only pitched in 6 games, but strikeouts, up and down. I don't like any of those. And let's pop over here to Palante. Palante has done a lot of nothing. And versus righties, we have 338 from Miranda, and that's about it. Is Miranda over here? I have Arenado, and that's it. A lot of nothing. There's a lot of games where the bats are just not doing good recently. Okay. So nothing really looks good there. Okay, cool. 4.5 strikeouts, and you hit 5 so many times. That's as far as you go. It's like you know your number. You're like, okay, I gotta bet on myself. 5. There we go. Somebody needs to investigate this man. Hits. Let's see. Hits very up and down. Earned runs. Yeah, this is there's nothing good. There's no bats. There's no props to stand out. Both offenses are good. Both pitchers are good. What's the total? 8.5. Of course it is. Yeah, this could be a high scoring game. It could be a pitcher matchup. I don't know what it could be. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass on the whole thing and move on to the next game. All right, next up, Milwaukee and Oakland. Milwaukee's a slight favorite on the road. 7.5 is the total. Looking at the weather, a little cooler than usual. Wind out 6 miles an hour. 54% NERFy based on what they've done this year. 3 runs, 224 for Milwaukee in the last 3. That's 23rd and 18th, including none yesterday, and a .097 in their last game. Oakland, 1.7, 187. That's 29th and 25th. Offenses are not good. Slightly into Milwaukee just because of their numbers are just a little bit better, even though they're trending down. Oakland is trending up, so slight lean. Pitchers. We got Savale, whatever you want to call him. He's going out there. Great game against Cleveland last time. Pretty good game against Cincy. Washington got him a little bit. JP Sears is going out there for Oakland. You can see what he's done. His outside of this one game here, the rest of his games have been good. Not even like decent, like good, like great games. So Sears is a pretty decent pitcher that no one talks about, I swear. So let's pop over here to props, see if anything stands out. So zeros across the board, pretty much what I expected out of him. Milwaukee versus lefties. Milwaukee, there's a couple. Haas and Contreras love lefties, and kind of Perkins, but no one else seems to. Okay. Outs have consistently gone up for Sears. Strikeouts, up and down. Hits, up and down. Earned runs, same story. Let's see. Walks, Nothing. He's very up and down. Nothing consistent. Let's go to Aaron. Aaron. Let's see what you got for us. There we go. History, a lot of nothing. Oakland versus righties. Again, a lot of nothing. Period. Except for Rooker. Rooker's starting to slide a little bit too. He was at 300. Now he's down to 285. Hits, 4.5. This is not looking good. Nothing is really standing out. Okay, no pitcher props. Let's look at the bats. 1, it's Zach. All right, well, what's Zach's history? What's he got over here? Let's look. No history, and he's batting .211. So yeah, he's a no also. So we have offenses that are pretty much the same, no real advantage. We have pitchers that I think Oakland's slightly better than Swally, but Swally's pretty good too. So no advantage there. I don't see any props that look good. I'm not taking a NERFy. They're good pitchers, but I just don't want to take the NERFy. I already got one. I don't want to do multiple. So I feel better just passing on this game, just moving on to the next one. All right, next up we got the Mets and the Padres. San Diego slightly favored at home, maybe moderately favored. Total is 8. Looking at the weather, pretty good. Can't complain. A little bit of wind. No big deal. Let's see. 54% NERFy based on what they've done this year. 5.7 and 286. That's 5th in both for the Mets in the last 3 games. San Diego, 4.7, 238. That's 11 and 15th in the last 3 games. And then Mets trending up. San Diego's trending down. So you got to lean Mets on the offensive side. On the pitching side, Blackburn's going out there. Outside the game against his former team, he's been good in his three other starts with the Mets. Musgrove has had 2 starts for San Diego since coming back against Pittsburgh and Colorado. Pretty good starts, both 4.1 innings. So kind of curious to see how many innings he goes today. Looking at the props, we want to dig a little deeper. Musgrove has some history against the Mets. And you can see some good averages, some good stats. The one I'm looking at the most, I've come over to the bats. Lindor is 90% last 10, 80% last 5. Lindor is 353, 2 home runs, 1.2, and against righties for the year, he's at 270. So Lindor over 1.5 HRR is on my list for sure. I also looked at Vientos. Higashioka, I probably butchered that, but I tried to do it once earlier and it came out hilarious, so I had to start the video over. So yeah, and Peralta, none of those look good, so I definitely taken Lindor. So come back to here, you can see what they've done. If you want to take them, by all means, look, you can look around and see who's done what. Against righties, you can see what they've done all year as well. There you go. For props, hits 4.5. The problem is props will go through these. We don't know how long he's going to pitch. He's pitched 4 innings last 2 times. Is he going to get the 5? Are they going to keep him at 4? That's the question. I assume he's slowly like 4.2, 4.3, maybe 5. I guess to see what his pitch count is. It depends. So, but none of these look good anyway. So, Blackburn history, not much history, and San Diego loves them some righties. Absolutely loves some righties. Lots and lots of green. Even the Reds, 311 and 274. So yeah, here we go. Strikeouts is 3.5 against San Diego, who doesn't strike out much. I mean, if it was 2.5, I'd take it. This might be the same situation as I'm laughing again, just like the Philly one. Oh, this is funny. And what's head to head? You never faced him. Oh goodness, this is funny. This is funny. Let's look. San Diego, they are 15th in strikeouts now. They are doing worse than usual, but I mean they hit righties so good. I just don't want to. Hits, earned runs, walks, and outs. I know some of you are going to see this and say, I'm taking that. By all means, have fun. I will cheer for you. I'm not doing it. If anything, I'm going to take the hits allowed, gets 5.5, and I think San Diego gets some hits because of that. So that's what I'm going to take. So I'm taking Blackburn over 5.5 hits allowed. That seems high. My first initial gut instinct is, that's high. But then I see how the righties do. Yeah, that does seem high. I'm going to take that off. You know what? I'm just going to take that off. If anything, I'm going to put San Diego on the main line. That's what I'm going to do. So we'll do that. We're not going to trust the bats. We already looked at them. Nothing looks good. The pitchers were, yeah, so I'm going to take Lindor over 1.5 HRR, San Diego on the money line, and move on to the next game. All right, next up, San Fran and Seattle. Seattle is a 142 favorite. 7 is your total. Weather is in Seattle, which it's in a dome. We don't have to worry about it. So bats 64% nerfy based on what they've done this year. 3.7, 263 for San Fran. That's 18th and 8th in the last 3 games. Seattle 2.3, a $1.96. That's 25th and 24th, but they are trending up a little bit. So hey, slight lean San Fran in the offense. Both teams are striking out middle of the pack, so nothing to worry about there. Looking at the pitchers, we got Birdsong going out here for San Fran. We can see what he's done. Couple rough games, but he bounced back against Oakland pretty nicely. Castillo's going out there. You can see what he's done. He had a rough game last time, but he's been pretty decent throughout most of the year, even though he's 10-12. But still, you can see that. Let's come to the props. If anything stands out for anyone, let's start with Birdsong since he popped up first. Nothing there. Seattle versus righties. Rivas doesn't play much, so he doesn't count. Robles, maybe? No one else is even close to him. That ain't good. That ain't good. No wonder they... That's just terrible. No wonder they fired their manager. Oh, strikeouts, earned runs, walks, hits. None of it looks good for Birdsong. Strikeouts is 6.5, and he's only gone over it twice. Neither was Seattle, even though it is Seattle. I mean, they're only striking out middle of the pack right now, so that some might play this just because they're going up against Seattle. I'm not. I can't. Let's pop over here to the Louis, see what Louis got going on. Nothing here. Oh, Yastrzemski's got a home run in 5 at-bats with a 600 average. That's 3 out of 10. I mean, 3 out of 5. That's, I need more data. Against, ooh. Oh, San Fran does not like righties, do they? They love lefties, but they hate righties because even like 283, that's the highest ones. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. Hits 4.5. No shot. Strikeouts, earned runs, and outs. That's consistent. Ooh, he might go this. Oh, it's 200 though. Why? Okay, bats. Randy walks is the only thing that's green in the last 10. This is just a terrible game. Let's be honest, guys. This is terrible. This is ugly. It's nasty. It's brutal. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna pass. I don't like it. I just get that vibe of this game just doesn't feel, it feels off. Ugh, it's like, should I partake? My gut says no, so I shall do not. Pass, move on. All right, last game, we got Tampa and LA. LA is 190, 7.5. The weather, pretty good. Wind blowing out 10 miles. Might help a couple things. We'll see. 37% nerfy based on what they've done this year. Tampa's offense is just not good. 2 runs at 27. The Bucks 65 at 27th also. Dodgers 5th at 5.7, 10th at 250. You got to lean Dodgers actually kind of moderately on the bats in this one. Pitchers, we got Alexander going out there. He's a reliever technically, but he's more of a starter, let's be honest, because these innings, the way he's pitching, and he's doing pretty good. Outside this 5-3 against Arizona, pretty good numbers. Can't complain. Bobby Miller's going out there. His first game back, he went 8-4 against St. Louis, and before that, he threw a 10-9er out there. So that was over a month ago now. So yeah, there you go. Let's look at the props, see if anything stands out. Let's go Alexander first. He popped up first. Okay, history. Oh, Ohtani's got him a home run at 6 at-bats. Taylor's got a home run and 1 at-bat. Then he's got a home run. Okay, cool. Against lefties. Ohtani's only 268 versus lefties this year. Teoscar's 286. Mookie is 337 against lefties, but you're 0-1. Mookie loves lefties. Okay, let's see if anything stands out. Hits, 2024. Yeah, none of that stands out. All right, let's pop over here. Bobby Miller. Let's see. 0-1 for him. Doesn't help against righties. I mean, Tampa's offense isn't that good. Let's be honest. None of these. The highest numbers are 259. Let's be real. That's terrible. That is awful. Hits, strikeouts. Let's give me 2024. Yeah, you gave up a lot of hits last couple times, but I just bats maybe. Let's see, Kiermaier, Mookie. There's Mookie again, and Mookie does like some left. Okay, I'm gonna take Mookie in this one. I think Mookie over 1.5 HR. I'm gonna take Mookie for sure. Lux and Freeman. How have they done? Let's pop back over here to Tyler. History, righties. Bang. Freeman's only 247 and he's a 1-0. That doesn't help me out. And Lux is $158. So yeah, no shot in those. And Kiermaier. Can't forget him. Let's look at him too. Here he is. $143 with 2 for 5. 2 for 4. Yeah, I don't like that either. So yeah, we're gonna take Mookie for sure. We're gonna put the I have the chalkiest money line parlay. It's the Yankees, the Royals, the Padres, and the Dodgers. Oh, so chalky. Choking on it. All right, so all we're going to take in this one, we're going to take Mookie, HRR, 1.5. We're going to take the Dodgers in the money line parlay. Crazy. And we're just going to call it a day right there. That's it. All 15 games broken down. Only passed on a handful of games. Can't really complain too much. Moneyline parlay, it's chalk. I'm choking. It's so much chalk. Yankees, the Royals, the Padres, the Dodgers. No one really stood out for like home runs today, oddly enough. I mean, I got some HRR people that could do home runs, but no one stood out like, ooh, I want them for home runs. No one stood out for steals or anything crazy like that. No crazy parlays today. So pretty straightforward. Pitcher props, batter props, totals, yeah, basic stuff. It's a basic day, so it's Friday. Good day overall. Drop a like, subscribe, check out Outlier, link in the description. You get your free week. It's worth it. You get to see all this awesome stuff I look at. I mean, look at this. Wait for it. Yeah, that's right. College football. That video will be coming up later today. Do not forget. You will get to see it. Week 0 plus futures. And they even uploaded NFL, the first game with the actual seasons up already in Outlier. I am stoked. So Outside of that, drop in the comments what you're playing today. Let me know what you're playing because I like tailing people. There wasn't anybody really to tail today. I mean, yesterday. So the one that did lost, but it's okay. We all lost. Everybody did. Even Twitter people lost. It was a rough day. But a lot of people went about even, so it happens. So on top of that, appreciate all you watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.